Hello, 7th graders. Welcome back. Today we are going to continue our conversation with geometry, and we are going to talk about area and circumference of a circle. Alright, so our objective for today is I will be able to find the area and circumference of a circle. So we have a little bit of vocabulary, and some of you may or may not already know this, but just in case, I would like you to write this down and to remember it. So circumference is the distance around the outside of the circle. So if you look at this diagram, it's the entire distance around the outside of the circle, so all the way around the circle. The radius is a distance from the center of the circle to a point on the outside. So you see how it starts in the center and goes to the outside of the circle. And the diameter is the distance across the circle, so all the way across. Now diameter and radius, it's the same no matter where you go on the circle. So think of a wheel, how it has spokes. Each spoke is the radius. It doesn't just have to go like this one is right now. All right, and the last vocabulary that we have is pi, pi, not the food pie, and that is the ratio of the circumference of any circle to the diameter of that circle. And remember that this is the symbol for pi, and that in our math and what we're going to use pi is we're going to use it as just 3.14. But remember that pi goes on forever and ever and ever and ever. It is an irrational number. So let's get started. So the circumference formula. There's two different ways that we can write the circumference formula. Okay, so the first one is circumference is equal to pi times diameter. Okay, circumference or C equals pi d. Okay, and then the other way that you can write it is C equals 2 pi r. And think about it this way. If we know the diameter, you just need to multiply it by pi. But if you only know the radius, to get the diameter, you have to multiply it by 2, and then by pi to get the circumference. It's the same formula, just a different way of writing it each time. All right, so let's take a look at this example. So we have a circle, and its radius, this is saying the radius, is 11 feet. So first things first that I like to do is I like to keep rewriting the formula over and over and over again. So first of all, I know which one we're using, and second of all, it gets in our brains a little bit better. So C is equal to, and since we know the radius, we're just going to use the formula that says 2 pi r. Okay, so now we're going to rewrite it, but instead of writing r, we're going to actually write 11 feet. So C is equal to 2 times pi times 11. Okay, we're going to continue to simplify the expression, or equation rather. C is equal to, well, we know that 2 times 11 is 22, so we have 22 pi. And now we're going to take out our calculator, and we're going to write 3.14 for pi, so pi is equal to 3.14. Okay, so when we do 22 times pi, we are going to get C is equal to 69.08. 08, sorry about that, 08, and we have feet. So we have 69.08 feet is our circumference of the circle. Let's take a look at the next one. So we're going to find the circumference of the circle that has a radius of 7 yards. So once again, we're using our radius. So we have circumference is equal to 2 pi r. Okay, instead of r, we're going to write r radius. So C is equal to 2 times pi times 7. Okay, 2 times 7 is 14, so we have 14 times pi. Then we're going to take out our calculator, type in 14 times 3.14, and 14 times 3.14 comes out to be 43.96 yards is our unit of measurement. All right, let's take a look at one more together before we move on to the area. So the circumference, once again, C is equal to 2 pi r. Okay, C is equal to 2 pi. We're going to use 6.3 because that's our radius. Okay, 2 times 6.3 is 12.6. So we have C is equal to 12.6 pi. When you type 12.6 times 3.14, you're going to get C is equal to 39.3 564, and then our unit of measurement is meters. All right. So you're just plugging in the information into the formula that's given. Next, we're going to look at the area, and the area of a circle is the inside of the circle. Just like anything else that we do, the area is the inside. Okay, and our area formula is area is equal to pi r squared. So pi times the radius squared. Alright, so let's take a look at this. We're going to find the area of this circle where the radius is 12 miles. Okay, so we have area is equal to pi r squared. That's our formula. Alright, so let's rewrite it. A is equal to the pi. We're just going to leave that the same. That's pi. 12 is our radius squared. Remember that when you square something, that's the same thing as saying 12 times 12. So 12 times 12 is 144. So now in our calculators, we're going to write down 144 times 3.14. And when you do 144 times 3.14, you're going to get 452.16 miles. And when we write it, we write squared, miles squared, because it is area. Our second example of area is a circle with 5.2 kilometers. So our formula that we are going to use is area is equal to pi r squared. So area is equal to pi times 5.2 squared. Okay, area is equal to pi. 5.2 times 5.2 is 27.04. And then in our calculators, we are writing 27.04 times 3.14, which comes out to be 84.91. Our unit is kilometers, and since it's area, it is squared. And the last example that we're going to be doing together is a circle that has 6.4 as the unit of measure. So you need to find the area, so we're going to write down our formula once again. Area equals pi r squared. Okay, so area is equal to, we have pi, we have the radius right here, so pi times 6.4 squared. Okay, so area is equal to 6.4 times 6.4, which is the same thing as 6.4 squared, is 40.96 pi. And then 3.14 times 40.96 is equal to 128.61 miles squared. Alright, so that would be the area of this circle. So here's our U-try problem. So we are going to find the area and the circumference of this circle. So go back in your notes, go back in the video to find the two formulas, plug in the radius, which is 3 yards of the circle, for both equations. So I expect you to be doing two things on this U-try, the area and the circumference of this triangle. And as always, if you do not do the U-try, you will not be getting full points. If you have any questions, please write them down, and I will be happy to answer them when we come back to class. So thank you so much for diligently watching this video and taking good notes, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.